What's going on there, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Ninja Bread God, and to my left, as always, it's your boy
Subtle Fraudulence.
Finally, right there on cue, no downtime. Yo, and you are listening.
Yo, you downplaying me over there? Finally, hey, I'm always here and I'm always ready. You always say the name first.
We have to downplay you because your community just keeps asking for unnecessary buffs. If you get buffed, too powerful. You be too broke.
I don't know what community we're talking about here. I don't think I have followers, sir.
Not yet, but in due time. You gotta talk them into it so they think it's their idea. But anyways, you are watching Clout.EXE, aka Clout.WAV, because we are riding it, ladies and gentlemen. That being said, today has been, well, the middle of a busy week because, boy, if you remember anything about last week and wondering where we've been, me and the UGL boys and Subtle Fraudulence here included, we're at MomoCon. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It was a very great weekend in which we saw cosplayers and everybody in tow enjoying what they love in the wonderful realm of video games, comic books, animation, and all types of nerd stuff. And of course, I think the buzzword they're looking for is eSports.
That's right, guys. UGL boys featuring Subtle Fraudulence.
So what you're saying is you're going to get a bigger title card? That's a lot of syllables we got to fit there.
What?
That's a lot of syllables we got to put on the board there.
They're just going to like write me in pencil like right underneath. It's going to be like UGL boys like real big and then like Subtle Fraudulence in pencil.
One of those name tag zip labels. Zip! Yeah, there you go. See? Same. It's the same. It works. But that being said, how was your MomoCon experience? Talk to me. How did you enjoy it?
I got to experience it for like all of 5 minutes without being, in the game room.
5 minutes? Wow, that's a high score because I got to experience none of it.
Nah, man.
To be fairly honest, I like that. Don't get me wrong. This is not a complaint. All right, but I was a busy beaver out there, all right?
Yeah, we were busy.
I was running brackets. I was running other tournaments. I had to commentate. I had to make sure the stream didn't go down. I had to run back and forth with the other TOs to make sure everybody else has got their stuff in tow and got their stuff together. There was a lot of moving parts that I had to immerse myself in.
Speaking of TOs real quick, I heard from someone I know who was playing Smash that someone who played on stream got DQ'd.
Not at MomoCon. That was at Smash and Splash.
No, this was at MomoCon.
Okay, then this happened twice then.
Yeah, someone at MomoCon played on stream and then got DQ'd for not reporting the stream match fast enough to their TO, even though it was on stream. Like, all right, look. I understand the TOs require, people to follow up with them, report your matches and whatnot. But you also got to give, a good TO experience there. Like there's some leeway here. If they're playing on stream, like you gotta pay attention to that. I heard that there was some slack going on with the Smash TOs, but these are all rumors.
No, this was at Smash and Splash.
It also happened at MomoCon.
If this happened at MomoCon, this is the first I've heard of it. That's all I'm saying. This is news to me.
It probably is. This is an account I got from an actual Smash player at MomoCon.
Because I'm looking at the receipts for the Smash and Splash when they said they were on. All right, it doesn't. First off, it doesn't matter where. It doesn't matter where it happened. The fact is, how are you gonna have somebody play on stream and be like, "Hi, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna be on the stream now, and we're gonna be playing," and then you guys shake hands. You dap each other up. You say GG's. You come down and y'all both find out y'all are in losers. Y'all both got DQ'd. And if it was a losers bracket match, well, you're both eliminated from the tournament.
I'll fight the TO. Just straight up. It's like, you ain't say it. You ain't say it.
I was on the screen right there. Over yonder. Look at it, please.
Nah, I will cause a ruckus. I will yell. I will make sure that people know, because if it was on stream, there are witnesses. And if there are witnesses, they can all be like, hey, yeah, we just saw that guy play. What are you talking about over there, TO? It's like, sorry, guys. It's like, hey, get this man out of here. No, come on, man. You got to pay attention. I get that being a TO is a stressful job. There's a lot you got to, pay attention to. Mind you,
I will bet my stake in UGL that it didn't happen at MomoCon. I don't know who these randos you were talking to.
Oh, it happened at MomoCon.
All right, then.
Like, cause I had the conversation at MomoCon about an actual player that, we both know and like know that player is, the type of person who, the sweetest person ever, that would not,
You're not gonna name drop?
I'm not gonna name drop, nah, because
all right.
this is all
alleged
word of mouth.
Alleged
word of mouth.
All right, well, I got concrete for Smash and Splash. That's all I'm saying.
Smash and Splash, yeah, you got it, man. you put it out there. But, like, for MomoCon, I heard that TOs were, like I'm not surprised, but I heard that some of the TOs were lackluster and needed to be on point. But that might be because of, like, volunteers were involved or something, probably. Which, look, for as big as the Smash tournament is for MomoCon now, they've got to have actual actual people who are TOs or are willing to be TOs actually run these pools, because volunteers, nah, that's a toss up. That's a huge toss up.
I mean, you heard what happened to Henry at Evo, where he was like, "Yeah, man, I won my match," and when they said, "No, actually, you weren't even supposed to play him, so we got to roll back that match and roll you back to the other match that you supposedly played." He's like, "But I won that match already." Well,
Joe,
way the thing worked. The report didn't go through, so replay it. And he was like,
take
"What?"
You down memory lane, because I actually was listening to like a podcast recently that was like an old podcast that was talking about this when it happened. I think it was Canada Cup. The legend known as Quackbot, aka PC Marvel God,
got double entry. I remember that.
Yeah, and this man, people were saying that that's how he got top 8 at EVO, because he did the same thing, and that's probably why his name was PC Marvel God in top 8 and not Quackbot. But that part is speculation. But the Canada Cup thing, yeah, he got exposed, and they had to replay matches and stuff, and people who are supposed to move on.
And I'm pretty sure that no one even caught that until they saw him on stream. Had it not been for that being on stream,
that was actually the reason why, because he was on stream twice under 2 different names.
It's like, wait a minute.
And straight up wait, this is a different pool. Like, what's going over there?
Hey, bro, we saw you drowned. What are you doing here? What's this new life? But yeah, that is something that is prone to happen. But that being said, being a TO is very difficult. It's a very arduous journey. It's a treacherous journey. It's the reward and the end goal is great. It's very rewarding. It's very refreshing to give the people the platform to push themselves to grander heights. But man, there's some of the busybody work where you're just like, man, run me over with a freight train immediately.
Hunting down players, making sure players are actually responsible.
Or my personal favorite mix-up, and this goes out to every TO, and we all understand this pain. If you tell somebody that their match is next, and they're like, all right, cool, I'll be right here. And then when you grab them, they not right there. And then one of his boys is like, hey, bro, where Rodney go? It's not my job to find Rodney when I have already let Rodney know where he needs to be at this time. If we call his match and he didn't let anybody know, didn't let any of the bracket runners, the pool runners, the TO, nobody know, as far as I'm concerned, Rodney has just welcomed himself to the Shadow Realm on an all expense paid free trip to lose bracket. That's what he did. He did that to himself. Nobody else. Now, if you come up to me and say, hey, man, I got to go somewhere for 10 minutes. Can you just hold up my match? Fine, cool. 10 minutes. We'll wait. We'll get somebody else up there.
Communication is important, fellow people.
Communication is key. Communication, teamwork makes the dream work.
If there's anything we'll teach you in life here on this podcast, it is that communication is important in all things. All things. You cannot, I challenge you to name at least 1 or 2 things where communication is not important.
Or another thing about being a TO, and this is only something that people who have ever ran a bracket will understand. Random player 247 versus Johnny 2x4 8 frame on Twitter come up to you and he just goes, I won 3-2. And it's like, we have never met. I don't know your real name and I definitely don't know your username. So you're really putting yourself in a 50-50 if all you got to say is I won. You need to say insert username here, 1, and the score was 3-2 or 2-0, whatever the score. You need to say your username. And that username won. When you say I won, I don't know what that means.
No, man, but like you just called me though. You don't remember my name, bro?
First of all, some pools have 2 people, so I could call someone, or excuse me, I should say you could call someone for a match, and then they come up to me and report. Because by the way, the one day where I was supposed to be on, I won't say I was on break, but I was more helping the stream as opposed to running brackets. They saw me look at my phone and scroll through the bracket, and like 6 people ran up to me to report their scores, and I'm like, did I call you? That was the day where y'all said, "Man, you look like over here like a bodyguard," and I was like, "People keep running up to me."
Oh, this man was wearing all black. He was wearing just black t-shirt, black pants, and he was just rolling up with that walk like he was about to throw somebody out. Like it was the best. He legit looked like he was about to just toss somebody out the back door. He's like, "Nah, you can't be here. You're tossed."
You ain't getting in with them shoes. But what happened was, like, that's why I was walking like that, because I was like, I just got swarmed by a bunch of people. Like, there was this one girl, like, she wasn't even in the tournament, but I guess her boyfriend or her brother or was in the tournament, and she goes, "Hey, are you running this tournament?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm part of UGL." And then she goes, "Well, my friend, he's not gonna be here for like another 25 minutes, so can like you let
25 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, so and so, and I was like, first of all, 25 minutes is a long time. We may not be able to hold that match up. He might have to get DQ'd, number 1. 2, do you know who his pool manager is? Because when we did roll call, we assigned everybody a pool manager. If you know who that is who you need to get in contact with first. And she goes, "Oh, well, I can't find that guy." And I was like, "Well, it's one of those 2 gentlemen right there who are standing to your right." She goes, I honestly can't remember." And I was like, "Which side did he play matches on? The far side or the close side?" And she goes, "Oh, I thought he was in Smash right now." And I said, "All right, madam, I appreciate the assist. I really do. I want to help you out." I patted Darius and Leo on the back and say, "Hey, look, guys, she's letting you know that she's, oh, do you know what his," then I heard Leo go, "Oh, what's his username?" And she goes, "I can't remember." And I said, "Well, that's a wrap." That's a wrap.
Smash?
Hard cut and print. GG's.
Smash had their own section.
Yeah,
they
but,
had their
yeah,
own
but
stages.
here's the thing.
It was very hard
He
to
wasn't
miss.
in Smash. This was for like Under Night.
All right. So if he's playing Under Night, I'm pretty sure he's a grown ass man would know his tag and all these things. That man should have at least given her the right information to be like, "Hey, tell him I'll be here in 20 minutes." Nah, see,
Exactly.
There's some nonsense going on there.
There's some certain things that, communication will just make so much easier. Like, Mr. I want to say his name is Mr. Ed Gone Bad Supreme.
Yes.
He came up to me and he goes, "Hey, look, man, can you hold my match up for 10 minutes? No problem. We were in pools. Easy to do. We'll just say, all right, I told the other 2 TOs, "Hey, look, guys, so-and-so and so-and-so. Chewy, Data,
yeah,
that guy." And he had let me know well before Dragon Ball started he was going to be late. So I said, "Hey, yo, Big Bates, Leo, don't call Chewy's matches. He said he's going to be running a little bit late. He'll be here in 25 minutes. This is before the tournament started."
Right.
So, once again, got into contact with me. He knew the contact. Various other people did the same thing. And guess what? They got to where they needed to go, usually in winners. And if they lost in pools, well, while that's unfortunate, they at least got to start off in winners without getting the first round DQ.
Yep.
So, all in all, communication is key, people. Communication is people. But other than that, great time, had fun, met a lot of people, hung out with old friends, hung out with new friends. I had an all-around good time. The FGC is an amazing place. Got to commentate.
Got to see my boy Ike, take some pictures for us and then immediately get drunk take off his shirt and then get drunk.
Yeah, you gotta understand, Ike doesn't get drunk with his shirt on. It's kind of like one of those nature things. Like, sometimes birds pump out their chests for mating. Ike takes off his shirt to get drunk. That's how you know. If you see shirtless Ike, you already know. I don't want any part of that because that man's drunk and he's belligerent. He has no idea what he's about to say.
Man, I love it because every time I'm like, why even deny it? Look, man, I heard
your shirt's already off.
Yeah, I know that the shirt is coming off. Like, he's like, "No, man, I'm a holy man. What are you talking about? Like, that's not gonna happen." I'm like, "Okay, see me in an hour." Like, we'll see what happens. And then there was one night where, like, we left.
He came to our room wasted, and he's sitting in the chair, and and you're like, so you just couldn't help yourself, huh? And he's like, I never said I wasn't going to get drunk. And I was like, man, you should have recorded him and just pulled it out.
Yeah. After under night, like top 8, me and Mike left, and we walk outside and see this man, and he like comes up to us shirtless with like something in his hair, and he's like, I'm a fairy, guys. And Mike is like, yo, you missed under night top 8. You were supposed to take pictures. He's like, huh? What? and then he's like, I'm just fucking with you, man. Like it was a last minute change. There's no way you would have known.
I had texted him, and then I was like, hey, yo, if you want to get this top 8, and then like as soon as I was writing the message, I saw his Instagram, and I saw he was out there.
Yeah, he was lost in the sauce.
I said, well, he's dead, Jim. That's not happening. It's just that's a big ripperoni.
Oh yeah, I commentated Dragon Ball. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, so about that 1 out of 1 that that we should talk about for Dragon Ball, huh? Yeah, Dragon Ball sets. Well, best of 1.
That's what you want from now on? That's the one?
That's
it's like you got 3 characters. That's your 3 out of 5 right there.
Yeah, that's the ultimate meta for Dragon Ball right there. Until that game gets like more damage or something that's going to speed up these matches, 1 out of 1.
Especially when the grand finals gets reset.
Man. Game 5, both sets reset. Oh, man.
You watched 10 games of good old Dragon Ball.
It was stressful. I wasn't even playing. It was stressful.
But congratulations to Scrot and Jazz Rap for the entertaining grand finals. But man, that was the endurance match. Bro, I've seen WWE Iron Man matches that had a shorter runtime than that.
Man.
They were giving each other the business. And like, look, everybody who's ever had to run a stream knows that the stream managers hate reset grand finals. And I look over as soon as the bracket was like, I saw the game-winning combo, and I looked over towards our bracket our stream manager, and I saw the look of disgust when Scrot was getting comboed and the bracket got reset.
You know what's wild? So like last year, Dragon Ball ran until like 3 in the morning or something like that.
Yeah, but they started it at 8.
Yeah, and so I was like, oh, Dragon Ball's starting at like 6, so it's not even gonna it's gonna be finished before 12 probably. Man, when top 8 started, I was like,
the tournament was almost about the same length, but that was because Pool 2 was running a lot slower than our pool. Yeah. We were done with Pool 1 and like, let's see, we split the bracket in half, so it was like 40 players per pool, and we were done with our pool in about an hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours, 15 minutes.
Around that time, yeah.
Like, it went omega smooth. We had matches queued up, and it was the other pool that had a setback, but whatever.
They had their own stream, right? That's why we didn't
Pool
get
1
and
Pool
right?
2 were both streamed in two
separate places.
We had one stream. We had stream A and stream B.
Yeah.
So our pool finished immediately, and the reason why the other pool didn't finish immediately like us, as soon as the stream setup was available, whatever the next match was up, we called them up. It got to a point to where when there was like the top 16 of Pool 2, they decided they wanted to stream every single match individually from the top 16 all the way up to the top 4 that were going to advance from that pool. So they streamed they just machine gunned a bunch of matches rather than picking up highlights from each round as they went along. That's what the hang up was. But all in all, good tournament. Looking forward to doing it next year. Hopefully MomoCon invites us back out there. Really fun stuff. Now, moving past that, speaking of really fun stuff, we both saw 2 very interesting movies that were interesting for very different reasons.
Very different reasons.
So I'm going to go first because mine is very short, sweet, and simple and to the point. I saw Godzilla, King of Monsters. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. That movie is wild. It's fun. It's fast-paced. A lot of people are saying, there's too many humans. And then that's what they said in the last movie. Now they're saying in this movie, there's not enough humans, which I don't understand how can ever be a complaint in a Godzilla movie. But that being said, people acting like humans never existed in any of the other Godzilla media out there. So I don't really understand where this new era complaint has come from.
Pause. That made me think of 2 things. One, it made me think of the old movies where they're like, Godzilla! And then it made me think of the last Godzilla movie when Chow Yun-fat like has that dramatic scene where he's like, "They have a name for it where I come from, Gojira."
Yo, I love the musical stings that they give on lines like that. Gojira. So in this movie, I don't know what it was. Like, maybe I just didn't notice it in the last movie, but in this movie, they grabbed that traditional Godzilla roar, that, and they played it every chance that character got up on screen. Anytime Godzilla showed up, he swam, he jumped, he shot a laser. The roar was happening. They said, we paid billions of dollars to license the sound. You're using it.
So you're going to give us a little spoiler? Let us know what monsters were in that movie?
Nah, I'm not going to give you a spoiler. I'm just going to let you know if you can think of it and it had any sort of relevance, it's probably in this movie in some way, shape, or form. All I'm going to say is this.
Mechagodzilla?
Before we go into that, there's a mid-credit scene where it's talking about the reports and things that they're discovering, and there's some fan theories that have said, since Ghidorah is an alien, that there may be future technology coming, and they might have to, make a Mecha Ghidorah or a Mecha Godzilla. So that's just a thing. Just a thing. Just saying. But all in all, they're getting ready for Kong versus Godzilla.
Yep.
Which was super confirmed by the end of that movie. I mean, it was already confirmed, but the ending of the movie will basically get into that. And yes, there's a printout article in the movie that says, "What is a king to a god?"
Wow.
That is King Kong God. Like, you knew it was coming, but I didn't really think that that's what they would go with that. But yeah.
That is wild.
Yeah, like it was like the ending, like little credit scene was like newspaper clippings and like little like article titles that basically gave you up to date on what happened pretty much after this movie. So the point of this movie is there's an eco-terrorist who's like, look, man, this is just the Earth's way of cleansing itself, you know? it's the antibot. Like, pretty much they were treating all the monsters like antibodies, like, you know, humans are burning down forests, they're too much deforestation, they're polluting, and
eliminate all organics.
Yeah. So the Titans are essentially just the antibodies from a ancient civilization and an ancient world that are coming back to just level out the playing field. And then there's a part where like, yeah, but Ghidorah is actually an alien and isn't from this planet, and that's what's messing everything up. And the humans from Monarch, which is the quote-unquote secret organization, apparently, they have captured most of these things, or have captured them when they were in their dormant state, like before they were fully awakened.
Right.
And have just been trying to do experiments on them and get data and, you know, the white people shit that gets everybody killed in the end.
You know, because nothing can go wrong there.
Oh, so by the way, you may be able to tell we're both black podcasters here, and I just got to say, this is a white people movie. And by white people, I mean, this is a movie where every 2 seconds you go, it's them white people right there. All in the name of science, huh? Jeff Goldblum said it best in Jurassic World, all right? Your researchers and scientists were so concerned with if they could, they never once asked themselves if they should.
Now, a better Jeff Goldblum movie to like reference here would be The Fly. Go back and watch that movie. Just see how he looks at the end of the movie, people. That's all you need to know about, you know, the research.
Yeah, or Jurassic Park 1. Nature always finds a way. And this was one of those movies. But anyway, about this movie, just a little quick rundown. Godzilla is like, look, man, he's on the hunt. The researcher's like, why is he on the hunt? Man, for some reason, it looks like he's scared of something. But what would he be scared of? And then, like, Monarch is like, well, zippity-doo-dah-bye-bye. We have no idea what he'd be scared of. And then they were like, there's all these facilities across the world. And then they find out that they have Ghidorah in a giant, like, prehistoric ice block. And it's a 3-headed Hydra, obviously. I mean, that's what he is.
Yeah.
And they're just like, the main character is on the ship. He goes, he seems to be going to Antarctica, so we should just go there. We could just stop all this. And all the researchers go, well, about that. He said, all right, so what's in Antarctica that y'all clearly aren't telling me? Yeah, that's Monster Zero. They say it might be more powerful than Godzilla, and he's just sitting there like, okay, how many of these things y'all really got? And they said, there's about 27 that we know of. 12 of them we got.
Whoa.
It was like, and they're like all over the globe. Like there was one in Wyoming or something like that. Yeah, they're everywhere. So eventually Ghidorah gets out, and then like they had this like a MacGuffin, aka a Deus Ex Machina.
Right.
It's a box that pretty much, you know how like Pokemon have cries?
Yeah.
Pretty much there's an alpha frequency, which if you play it, it like pisses them all off. So then Ghidorah.
So it's a dog whistle.
Yeah, it's basically a dog whistle that just makes them aggro, and like you throw the briefcase and they'll chase the briefcase. There's an entire scene about that in the end of the movie. Don't talk to me about it. But yeah, so the eco-terrorists are trying to release them all because like this is God's will. They'll level it out, but they didn't know about Ghidorah being an alien yet. And then Ghidorah comes out, and Ghidorah's like, "Foolish humans, y'all messed up now." And then Ghidorah like goes over there. And they were gonna release the monsters one by one. That's what Monarch, the evil organization wanted to do.
Right.
Monarch just wanted to research them. The evil organization wanted to gradually release them slowly, one by one. Ghidorah was like, "Nah, I'm so strong. When I walk the earth, Category 6 hurricanes spawn around me." That is an entire plot point. His body and aura generates Category 6 hurricanes. It's a really weird thing because it's not consistent. There are times where he has a hurricane around him, and there's times where there's no hurricane. I get it. Plot convenience. So then you get to a point to where Ghidorah gets on a mountain and he roars, and then all of them don't need the MacGuffin to be woken up. They just hear Ghidorah do it, and then all of them wake up at one time and just start rampaging and killing everything, and then Godzilla has to run it back through losers because he gets slapped. The first time he comes out, Ghidorah's like, "Bro, I have 3 heads. What are you doing over here?" It just like gives him the clap. And then it gets kind of salty because Godzilla cries in the car. That man goes in the ocean to his home and sits there like he's like he looks like battered Thor from Endgame.
Oh,
he's just sitting there. Sad roar, no energy in his recuperation chamber. And then not gonna spoil. Like, here's the thing: Godzilla is a movie that you can spoil the plot, no one cares. They just want to know if the action good. The action's great. But I hear you also saw an interesting film called Ma.
All right. So
tell us about Mother 4.
Wow. First off, that's probably a scarier movie than
especially if Gigas returns, bro.
But yeah, okay. So this movie was all about. All right, this movie is what happens when people don't call the cops in situations where the cops are necessary, because if you haven't seen the trailer, it's about an older woman who buys booze for, kids who they can't be older than like 16. So she buys booze for them, and then, eventually she's like, "Hey, well, why don't y'all just hang out in my basement? I mean, it means you're not out there just drinking and getting yourself hurt." Because they were literally like drinking at like a quarry. Like they were like basically like under a bridge drinking
at the abandoned factory.
No, not even a factory or anything. They were just outside. It was the most poverty looking thing I've ever seen in my life. They pretty much were just outside randomly, where like in the middle of nowhere, where no one can find you, getting drunk.
No GPS signal, nothing.
Nah.
Any slasher flick, dude, come up there, y'all all be dead. No one will find you for months.
Exactly. This is the set of a different movie that they went to get drunk at all the time. That is what happens when people live in very small towns. They get so bored that they go to the scene of a future crime, obviously, and they decide they want to get drunk so that they can't make good decisions. Nothing can go wrong here. So yeah, she invites them to her basement so that they can get drunk there. She eventually like sets it up so that it's the party house, but she tells them, "Don't go upstairs." That's right, don't go upstairs or else. And they're just like, okay.
First of all, if I'm in somebody and they're like, "Yeah, drink in secret, you underage drinkers, in my basement and don't go upstairs, I'm turning around.
Yep.
We're out of there. Matter of fact, at that point, I would never drink again.
Yep.
I'd be like, nah, man, this is what drinking gets you. Nah, we good. That is the best that is the Rise Above It commercial of the century. All right? They need to have the sequel for smoking. People with drops.
These are high school kids. And this lady, so it's revealed that the reason, like, you can tell from the trailer, but it's revealed that the reason she's doing this is because she's got her own ulterior motives. Because one of the kids is driving a security van. I don't know how or why he's allowed, the like kid who's clearly like 16 at best
is allowed to drive their father's security van
all the time, like legit all the time.
Like recreational use of the security van.
Yep. And the father knows because he mentions at some point in the movie that he's got a tracker in that van, so he knows where his son is going. He knows where his son is at. He just doesn't care. Like, it doesn't make sense.
It was like he didn't care until he did care.
Yeah, it was at the point where he had to care, and that's when he's just kind of like, "Hey, what's going on here?" That's it. Like straight up, this man, his son was doing all. So like, in the beginning of the movie, when she does it the first time, they tell her like where they're going, all this stuff, and she's like, "You kids, be careful. You know, I was a teenager once. Oh, yo, you know, whatever, right?" And she turns around, she looks up these kids on Facebook, which, by the way, a good reminder, Facebook makes it too easy to stalk people. That's why Facebook is very questionable.
Look, man, Facebook be getting real questionable because, like, I'll go to like a convention like MomoCon. And, like, I'll have a 2-minute conversation with, like, a cosplayer that, like, I've never seen before, never met him before.
And then all of a sudden,
on Facebook, it's like, recommended friends.
It's like, oh, here's that person you were talking to yesterday. Huh? How do you know about this?
Well, you see, your phones that are connected to your Facebook profiles got really close in proximity, so we just assume, yeah, don't do that. That's creepy.
Yo, man, I could go on about how everything's watching us. Yeah, I went to Odie's house the other day, and he was talking about how 3D Realms put out like this new game, and it's like made in the same vein as Doom. It's like the same style as Doom, and so he was playing this game around me and whatnot. And then what happens like 2 days later? Check on YouTube. Hey, bruh, you want to see this guy playing Doom? Classic Doom? Where did this come from? Don't mind that. Don't worry. Like, we're not listening to you or anything right now.
Wait, what? Elaborate on that.
Legit, like that happens all the time. You have never noticed that, you know, sometimes you'll have a conversation with somebody about something, and then all of a sudden either Facebook or YouTube or, you know, something along those lines.
Oh, like an advertisement?
Yeah, they give you an advertisement, or you get recommended a video for the exact thing you were talking about, but it's something that you could only get recommended about that because the conversation was heard. Like, you never, like, went home and, like, Googled it or any shit like that. It's literally like, let's talk about trains. All right, I'm going to go home and live my life playing video games instead.
Bro, we were talking about Transformers, just like on an offshoot at Cardis' house. And then what do I see when I get home, when I pop on Instagram? Would you like this Transformers hoodie? I was like,
How'd you know?
I ain't never said something about Transformers in like 10 years. How you?
Yeah, like where'd you get that from? Why are you recommending me this video about something that I've never looked up anything or watched a video similar to this for on YouTube? Where did this come from?
Yeah, you about to get KSI videos in your mentions because I just said KSI. So
hey, like, why am I, like, why does the algorithm give me this when it doesn't give me the things I'm subscribed to?
That's a huge YouTube problem. You be actually subscribed to people, and, like,
man,
their videos don't be coming in your feed for months.
I get, like,
you got to go over there and check on. You got to go over there and check on people, see if they still live.
Yep.
They've been uploading the video every day.
I get like 5 out of the like 200, 300 like channels that I'm subscribed to. Like 5 of those channels I get updates on in my like recommended list. Like, hey, you know, you see a Mega 64 posted a new video. Oh, that's because I watched one of their videos the other day.
And sometimes you can turn on the bell for notifications, and and YouTube will unclick the bell for you. They be like, "Nah, you didn't mean that.
Nah, you don't want to watch this." Bandai Namco? No, you don't care about their videos right now.
They hit you with the, nah, you good.
Anyways, back to Ma. these kids, of course, I mean, you can't blame the kids for you can. Okay, but you can't blame the kids too bad for making the, ignorant decisions of, yeah, let's party. Yeah, we might as well just go there and party. But, like, okay, so here's shit got real fast. Like, this is the first time they hang out at this lady's house. They're all chilling and stuff. There's, like, a black kid in the group, and he's like, oh, yeah, you real cool, Ma. She's like, Ma? I kind of like that. And that's how she gets that nickname. I don't know, whatever. Sure. So they're all chilling and they're drinking. Oh, and first thing this same black kid that called her Ma, he was like they get in there. She's like, "You guys want anything?" And he's like, "Hey Ma, you got any pizza rolls upstairs?" And there's like a pause, and she's like, "Why, yes, I do." And she goes upstairs and makes pizza rolls. And I'm like, all right, this joke needs to end. Like pizza rolls are cool and all, but like, come on, guys.
Man, that's the trope. It'll never die. Pizza in the evening, pizza in the morning, pizza in summertime.
Okay, so they're all chilling and whatnot. And like, this kid who looks like he's like 25, he's standing there. And he's just like, yeah, ha. And I think he makes some like joke towards her or whatever. He's like, yeah, what do you do for fun? Or, some shit like that. And then she's like, yeah, jokes, huh? Yeah, you got jokes. And then she pulls out a gun. Like straight up pulls out a gun. And he's like, oh my God. And she's just like, strip. Right now. Yeah. She's like, strip, take it off. He's like, what? She's like, yeah, that's right, take it all off. This man gets butt ass naked. And then there's a pause. And she just starts laughing. She's like, ah, ha, ha. See, guys, I mean, this thing is, I just found this out in the street or whatever. This gun don't work. This gun doesn't work.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
Who shoot somebody with later on that movie?
Yeah, who says that? Who busts out the pistol and then just goes, nah, you don't got to worry about it, fam.
If she would have said it's not loaded, she could have said, oh, it's jammed or it has a malfunction. But no one says it just don't work.
Yep. And so the kid laughs. They all laugh. Oh, you got me there, Ma. And I'm like, where are you?
Go home.
Yeah,
stay home.
Why in the world would you see anybody bust out a gun, even if it's for a joke like that, and then convince a man to strip butt ass naked?
By the way, if you have friends that pull a gun on you and then have you strip it, first off, that's not your friend. That you need to get some help.
Yep.
You might want to get the police involved. I'm not sure if you want to do that, but a lot more good than bad will come if you get the police involved on that. All right, that's all I'm saying.
See, the smart person at this point in the movie would have just left and been like, you know what, we shouldn't go back there. Nah, they keep going back, and then on top of that, she gets their like Snapchat and stuff like that, and starts sending them like videos and stuff. That's what they show in the trailer. She's like Snapchatting them, like, oh hey kids, I got the booze. And it's like 2:00 in the afternoon. Like, what do you?
Bro, they still in school. What do you
yeah,
mean?
it's like, what do you do? Nah, y'all cut class and come with me. It's like, don't you have a job, lady? Like, what do you do? She did have a job, but obviously that didn't matter. She worked at a vet office. Yeah, she had access to your animals, ladies and gentlemen.
Which means she had access to tranquilizers.
Yep, and that becomes important in the movie. So her boss is shitty. Throughout the movie, her boss is just always holding alcohol. And she's just like, why didn't you prep that dog, Suzanne? And it was just like, why are you drunk and about to like operate on an
animal
dog? Like,
do you not care about that patient?
Yeah, what are you doing over there, lady? So, whatever, right? So she eventually gets other kids roped into this, and they have parties. There's one chick who her whole thing is that she shows up to the parties, and because she doesn't want to get peer pressured, she acts like she's passed out, but she does the like Kevin Hart's uncle thing, where she like acts like she's passed out, and then she'll like peek and be like, oh shit, and so there's like a point where she's in there, and then they all just start having fun and dancing and stuff, and then she wakes up, and then immediately, as soon as she gets up and starts trying to dance or whatever, somebody comes up with the shot. Hey, take this! And she just takes it. And I'm like, You could have just said no, but all right. High school kids, yeah. Peer pressure and things. So conversation is had where one girl is getting close to a boy that's in the group, and then she sees that and she's like, well, men just want one thing. This is also in the trailer, by the way. The trailer is the whole movie. Like, the trailer is basically the whole movie. She's like, well, men just want one thing. You better watch out for that. They'll leave a baby in you and then you'll be stuck. And I'm sitting here like, that was oddly specific, but okay. And so then she comes back and she says some like wild shit and then just walks away. Just like I told you about that. I told you to leave that boy alone. And then she turns around and just leaves. And it was just kind of like, okay. That's when one person out of this group of like 4 or 5 kids is like, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't go back there.
I don't trust that.
I don't trust that. So, yeah, movie. I'm not going to spoil the movie, but, it goes on from there. She's trying to get her plot of revenge, and she's using the kids to do it. She's stalking the kids. She's got a shed. She lives out in the middle of fucking nowhere. You know where this is going. But, of course, this movie has. First off,
Cue the Lavender Town theme.
Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop.
I will confirm one thing. The part in the trailer where, like, she sees the lady jogging, she hits her with the car, that's real. like that, that's not, that's not a trick.
That's not a cut scene. That's nah.
That is the most random scene in the movie. Like, legit, she's just driving home and she's mad about something totally different, and then she sees this lady hit her and then left, and like just straight up, and then just kept driving.
Here's the thing. I understand small town, but like, how you get away with a hit and run? Like, that's a very easily investigatable crime.
Yeah. She just hit this lady, and like, mind you, she knew who the lady was. They went to high school together. She had a problem with that lady, but even so, that was the most random thing to happen in that movie. The pacing was just kind of like, okay, it's building up towards something. She's getting kind of angry. Oh, wait, is that lady jogging? Wait, why is she jogging in the middle of the road? Oh, she got hit. Well,
it's over for you.
I guess that's what happens when you jog in the middle of the road.
Speaking of things that should be over for people, what year is it?
It's 2019.
2019? 2019. Would you like to know what is about to headline a wrestling pay-per-view?
Tell me.
Undertaker versus Goldberg.
What?
I saw Goldberg trending on Twitter, and I was like, who? No, it can't be that Goldberg. So I clicked it, and apparently they're going to Jeddah to headline a pay-per-view. So whatever. 2019 is a very interesting place. What is old is new again.
Are they getting a good check for that? Because
they're old.
Exactly.
This is about to be a retirement home match.
Fam, I've heard some things about the WWE. So
being independent contractors, not even being able to get health insurance.
Yeah,
not best the place to work. But that aside, interesting movies have been coming and going.
Oh, real quick, I also saw that Ted Bundy movie with Zac Efron, and
oh boy,
it was not what I expected. Like, I was expecting this, like, movie that was supposed to be more about like Ted Bundy, like and his crimes and all of that. It was a movie that like was just showing like Ted Bundy's like kind of good sides, because Ted Bundy's thing was that he was a talker, he was a charmer. Mm-hmm. Like, he was able to, like, that's how he got girls in those situations. Like, he legit would talk his way out of a situation. Like, the cop pull him over, you're like, oh, sorry about that, officer, your headlights were so bright behind me, I just couldn't see what was going on. I'm sorry if I if I was driving a little wobbly or whatever. I was just a little disoriented by that, so I'm just trying to get my bearings and head on home, officer. That sort of thing. Oh no, baby, no, they're lying. That's a lie. You see, they're against me. It's because I'm a law student and I know how the law works. They can't do that. No, baby, don't worry. Believe me. What? Now, do I look like I would do something like that?
Bro, I've seen this Law and Order episode 1,000 times.
Damn. that's
and then that man said, and I'm greater than God. He got shot.
That's the whole damn movie. The whole damn movie's his good parts. It's not until like the end of the movie that they really like cement that he's killing people. Even though, damn, he was fucked the whole movie every single time. It was literally like, I think he got arrested for like one minor thing here, and then they were like, "Oh, you're also a suspect in a case of someone who got murdered in like Colorado. We're gonna have to keep you a little bit longer now. Yeah, you're being accused of murder of like 2 more people." And then it was like, okay. And then he's like, "Baby, come on. Like, you know I didn't do this. Don't worry. I'll get me a good lawyer. We'll get ourselves out of here." Yeah, you got accused of 2 more murders. What's up with that, Ted? Like what's going on? So then this man escapes, and then he's gone for a little while. He gets caught. All right, Ted. Like we're adding more charges to your sentence. I mean, you escaped. You can't escape prison. Like, come on, bro. Like we know what's up. He's like, and then he'll still be like, "Nah, baby. The system's just against me. Don't worry. I'll get out of this. I'm not guilty, so I'm gonna get out of this." Yeah,
I always do.
He's like, "Don't worry, I'm not guilty, so I'll get out of this." Then the man he escapes again, and it was just like, you are stuck in prison forever now. Like, you escaped twice. That's a done deal.
What type of garbage prison you escaping from multiple times?
Fam, he escaped prison. He was gone for like a month, and then they caught him again in a different state. This man escaped prison, got a car, got a new license. Like yo, this man was living the dream. He was living the life. And then they caught him, and they're just like, "Okay, yeah, 2 more murders, Ted. What's up, man?" like word. That's how it goes. So it was a wild movie, but like it was also really weird because it didn't. It wasn't a movie that was like Ted Bundy is terrible. He busted in here and did all these things. It was like, no, Ted Bundy is accused of these things. Like, just watching the movie, not knowing anything about Ted Bundy, you're like, well,
maybe he's not that bad.
Yeah, well, yeah. What if he didn't commit any of these crimes? Like, they haven't shown him like being anywhere over there or any of these things happening. It's not until the end of the damn movie that they really cement, "Oh no, he's that bad. He was that shitty. He was that awful.
He was that dude."
Yeah, he was that dude. It's just that, we just wanted to hide it the whole time. Showed in little bits here and there, and it's like, come on, guys.
To show how even you can be fooled. Boom, boom.
It's like, who is this movie for? People who love Ted Bundy? Like, I don't,
the Ted Bundy apologist.
It's like, yeah. It's like, who is this movie for?
Nobody knows. But speaking of things that nobody knows, all that is coming back. Apparently in 2019, folks, Kenan and Kel are producing a reboot of the all-time Nickelodeon classic, All That. And boy, let me just go ahead and tell you right now,
it's not for me.
It's not for us. Here's the thing. Look, the current generation is into their Fortnite dances, their weird, quirky memes, being loud, being crude, whether it makes sense, being random, wacky, zany lunatics that are hopped up on their crazy sugar rush, doing crazy things that us people who were born in 90s and the 80s will just never understand. And that's okay. This is their show. Some of y'all are like 33-year-olds yelling at these kids for acting. Like, I'm like, come on, guys. Like, hello?
They ruined my childhood with this show. Hey, man, it's not for you.
Your show still exists. You can get it on Verve or whatever. Like, Nickelodeon Classics. They got the DVDs. You can buy them. You can always go back. You don't remember. Trust me, you don't remember them shows as well as you think you do. There are episodes of shows that I thought I just loved and I thought I was a big fan of. There are whole episodes I done forgot a cat dog. I forgot about.
Oh, boy.
I swear that like it's either I didn't forget or those were some brand new episodes I never saw.
Cat Dog, Ren and Stimpy, man, you go back. Looney Tunes, even man.
only the first reincarnation of Ren and Stimpy. There was one that like got brought up like for like late night TV on like Spike Television. I don't know if you remember that one? Nah, that
was regular Ren and Stimpy though.
No.
But like they had like new episodes to that, but like they also showed like the older stuff.
Yeah, they did. But I mean, like the newer ones were kind of like I remember this because it came on like the same power hour as a show called Stripperella.
Fam, Stripperella? Yo, Pam Anderson, like, they just slid her the check and was just like, don't worry, girl, we got you covered. Like, that whole show was about her being, like, a regular, like, she was like a regular bartender by day, but she was Stripperella, the stripper superhero by night. And I was like, what are her powers?
Oh man, if you don't know what that show is, I do implore you to Google it. But yeah, this all that, like, it looks corny, it looks kind of wacky, but I'm sure 70s babies, 60s babies, and would have looked at our all that and said the exact same thing.
I mean, I saw like a promo thing on YouTube for it before I saw the Twitter thing, and Lori Beth Denberg was in it. So.
Yeah, like,
but then again, it might have just been like the way they mashed it together, because they were showing footage from the old one mixed in with the new one. Like, yeah, guys, yeah, we're bringing it back. Don't you remember? Nostalgia.
But here's the thing I don't understand. Like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just have to go back and look at it. But it seems like some of these kids are like half the age of the kids that were in the original. All that. Like, it seems like some of them are like it seems like the oldest member of that cast could be like 14 or 15.
That's how all the like Nickelodeon shows feel like now, though. Like, all of them look and like it feels like they're a lot younger than the kids were in the shows that we watched.
It must be something they putting in the water.
Maybe, I don't know. Like, some kids looking younger than they actually are, and the other kids looking much older than they actually are.
Hey, yeah. Speaking of old, let me just talk about some of the old live action Nickelodeon shows, the ones that we don't have to pour one out for because they were not that good.
Wait! Before you say that, I gotta mention this little tidbit about all that. There was a redhead girl in the cast named Alex. Mm-hmm. She went on to be in a little YouTube series that we all knew and loved for like a week called The Street Fighter. Featuring some FGC talent such as Alex Valle, and also it turns out that girl became a model. She became like a lewd model.
Well, look, man, you can never go back. But that being said, a couple of shows that you don't have to pour one out in their memory. Do you remember Just Jordan?
What was that?
It was legit like, I don't even know the dude's real name. I know it's Jordan something, but he was a teenager that went to this weird school, and there was like this tough dude at the cafeteria who wouldn't give him food. And it was like they go to high school, and it was bad. You might remember the theme song. It's just Jordan. That's all I remember.
Oh, okay.
That is all I remember from the show.
I remember the theme song.
And the dude had like cornrows, I think. That's all I remember.
Didn't that come out around the same time that Lil Romeo show?
Yeah. It was that era.
Okay. Yeah. I remember that. That was like the replacement.
Bro, I don't remember nothing about the
after the Lil Romeo show like stopped, it was replaced by that like Just Jordan show, and I was like, what is this?
I don't even remember the Romeo show. Like, I remember it. I know it existed.
I just remember Romeo with braids.
I couldn't tell you about the theme. All I remember is that P. Miller would walk into the frame and say something real dumb, but it was supposed to be real smart. He would just Dad, I just don't know what to do. And you know how P. Miller walked like Frankenstein, bro. That man waddles heavily. It's not a good look. Yeah, he was coming off his hot new single that was also the NBA Inside Drive 2003 theme.
Oh, man.
It's getting hot, boy. Outside, boy.
Oh, man.
Oh my God, dude.
We lived through some wild times, and like when you describe these things to people, they're just like, "No, that must have been some comedy show on YouTube, right?" And it's like, "No, that was real life."
Nah, man, I'm gonna just play for the stream just a little bit of the P. Miller magic real quick.
You sure you don't want to get copyrighted though?
Yeah, you're right. We just gonna close that. We good.
Yeah.
I'm not. If anybody's gonna take my money, it ain't gonna be P. Miller. It's not happening. Sorry, P.
It was like a weird offset of like the Bernie Mac show. Like it was the same misadventures. It just was focused on Lil Romeo for some reason.
But the Bernie Mac show was good, man. I don't even want to hear you compare those. Not like this.
The only thing I remember is that like it looked the same, like film wise, like aesthetic wise. But Lil Romeo, I don't know. He just got into like middle school hijinks. Like middle school hood hijinks for some reason, and it was just like none of it made sense because it was like he literally solved all his problems by being rich.
Yeah, You know, so that might be the most realistic show they had at the time.
You're right.
I had money, and my problems went away. Even if it was only temporarily, they went away.
Yep.
So there's all that. Man, I made a pun, and I didn't even know that. But speaking of things that are not all that, things that aren't it, Chief, do you remember a certain little body spray known as Axe?
Why, yes. I hear that that's the shower for cosplayers, and that joke that everybody says, hey, cosplayers and Smash players don't take showers.
They think it's a shower in a can. They just spray their funk with Axe body spray. But do you remember this old flavor known as Lynx?
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Lynx is coming back. That's right, folks, to a video game store near you. The ultimate collaboration between GameStop, Microsoft's Xbox, and that's right, Axe Body Spray. Body spray, shower gel, the ultimate gaming kit that'll bring you to the next level, even more so than G Fuel. That's right, it's an entire gentleman or gentle lady suite. Smell like the gamer you always meant to be. 'Cause that's right, folks, Xbox is coming out with their own shower gel, their own body wash, their own deodorant, their own shampoo, which is basically just a recolored version of the Axe Lynx spray with the tagline, lift your game.
I just want to fight everybody who decides that they want to make all these things like, oh yeah, body spray for gamers, guys, and it's just like, stop trying to take the market of kids that play Fortnite and people who like video games and meshing them together into this this weird focus group of people that you can market stupid shit to.
Look, man, the only reason why they're making body wash is because they got washed so hard in sales by the PS4 and the Nintendo Switch. All right, this is symbolism here.
It's like when they market Doritos specifically to gamers because the stereotype is that gamers just sit around and eat Doritos and drink Mountain Dew, and it's like, stop.
No, but bro, could you imagine? Could you imagine if you open up these tops for these shampoos and it says, "Welcome to Double XP Weekend"?
Oh no! Call of Duty Modern Warfare coming soon.
Also, can we talk about that? Just a brief aside. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but look, games have been doing this for a while, and I'm gonna need y'all to all bring it to a complete and abrupt halt.
Movies, albums, everything. Stop.
Look, I don't care about albums when they do it. The albums you can make that more clever than it needs to be, because you can just look at the year. But I'm getting tired of these video games looking at successful video games that they made a decade and a half ago or even longer, and then coming out with a new game that is going to play nothing like that game, but using that game's title. For instance, Star Wars Battlefront.
Yep.
Need for Speed Most Wanted.
Yep.
And now we have Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And trust me, there are various others. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of them have done it quite well. God of War.
Okay, that was the come up there.
That's what I said. Some of them have done quite well. But you gotta stop.
You do. Look, if another Halloween movie comes out called Halloween, I'm gonna fight everybody, man. Stop. There's 4 Halloween movies named Halloween.
If Metroid Prime 4 comes out and it's just called Metroid Prime, I'm gonna be look, guys,
you gotta turn that off.
You gotta stop. How is it that you decided to cancel development on this game for a little bit and start over? And then you just call it Metroid. Come on now.
They're definitely trying to trick people into buying these games. Oh, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Or trick them into buying the old one and be like, hey, it's that new Call of Duty game. It's only $20. Oh, I'll buy it right now. It's no. He gets home. What? Wait, this doesn't look like what I saw in the trailer. Wait, huh? Yeah, Timmy, that's the wrong one. Huh? There's 2? Yeah.
Could you imagine if I guess technically it wouldn't work for Halo, but could you imagine if Halo Infinite was just called Halo?
They were really throwing that around. I bet you they were throwing that around yo, oh my god, I got the new name, guys. I've got the new, it's Halo. 2020.
Oh, like, it's just funny how they do that. But Microsoft apparently expects gamers to power up with Xbox Link's products before they leave the house, presumably where they will do the absolute minimum required of them before returning home to be a lazy, social degenerate gamer.
Yeah, with the Mountain Dew and the Doritos and,
how else are you going to get the stains off you?
Yeah, eat like a gamer. Smell like a gamer.
It's like, what does a gamer even smell like? That's what's weird. Like,
that's why
you can ask various sources, and you're gonna get a lot of different things.
I just really hate that term for two reasons. One, that style of marketing where like, the smell of gamers, and good old Ready Player One ruining that, like cementing, digging that hole even further with, gamers unite. I've literally been around like a place where a child, like, I don't know, he wasn't a child, he was definitely in like high school or something, and he's like, yeah, those guys look like gamers, gamers unite, and I was just like, oh,
it's over.
You don't want to be like this.
Also, apparently, a couple of articles have gone out to ask, what does Xbox smell like? Like, what do their gamers smell like?
What if it smells like the fucking fan of an Xbox original?
Just hot dust.
Like that stupid ass meme was like, if her pussy smell good, it's cause she sprayed something. A real good pussy actually smell like the back of a PS4 fan.
That's trash.
That is trash.
But
like, I feel like that's the thought that comes into their head as soon as they think of what does Xbox smell like. A fan.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Microsoft says the answer is fruit, herbs, and various styles of wood. Link's Xbox is a fresh scent of pulsing green citrus, featuring top notes of kaffir lime and winter lemon, aromatic herbal middle notes of mint and sage, and woody bottom notes of patchouli and clearwood.
Well, yeah, most of that stuff is green like the Xbox logo, so yeah.
It also contains a natural range of essential oils. The Xbox Link range comes with a sleek new look and features a body spray, deodorant, and shower gel. It's the whole suite. Next, you'll be having Xbox Gamer Toothpaste. So you can talk shit while being minty fresh.
Stop giving them ideas.
It's too late. I'm sure those ideas. It's in the in case of emergency, break glass.
Yeah, in case we want to ruin our company, break this glass. And
hey, look, they survived the Connect.
Nah.
That's a big hurdle in and of itself.
Nah.
Never forget, didn't register black people. I thought we were all Mr. Game & Watch out here.
Yo, I've experienced that. That camera sucked. But hey, I mean, you could give voice commands to your Xbox. At least there was that. And hey, they were bundled with Xboxes for a while. So,
are you ready? Because they're gonna make it.
Gonna make what?
The Xbox One.
If they haven't already thought of that idea,
it's out there in the ether.
They don't deserve it.
I spoke it into existence. It's happening. You heard it here first, folks. Ride the wave. But moving past all of that chicanery, we're going to talk about some young video games. Yes, none of them on the Xbox exclusively. But yeah, the Smash Patch came out on Nintendo Switch. Was it 3.1, I believe?
3.1.0.
Well,
which 3.1.1 is coming out soon because, if you haven't heard, there's a problem with one of the adjustments for Olimar because the patch notes literally just say for Olimar and Pichu, easier to hit.
And unfortunately, they made it too easy because now you can hit Olimar's helmet through his shield because his helmet counts as his hitbox.
So they adjusted his hitbox for his helmet, and they somehow didn't test this well enough to test him with full shield up and hitting the piece of his helmet that pokes out of his shield. So if you time your hits correctly, you can hit that part of the shield, and it counts as a shield poke. So he's just hit. That's it. You opened him up.
Get your free damage, kids.
Yeah, free damage. Sorry, Olimar players.
Pichu just easier to hit. I don't know if he got any other changes.
Pichu,
I'm assuming he does more damage to himself now. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. Overall, all the electric moves that does damage to him, they do more damage to himself, except for one of them, I believe. But yeah. Also, forward tilt doesn't have as much knockback, so it's not as much of a kill move. Basically, all the like kill moves that Pichu was like relying on, forward tilt, forward smash, those moves were nerfed. So they don't kill the way they used to. So Pichu is just a tiny rat now.
Pichu's back to being what Pichu was before. Insignificant and weak.
I mean,
maybe not dead, but definitely not as strong.
Yeah.
And speaking of patches, MK11's coming down the pipe with a new patch soon. We believe it's going to be the 3rd week of June. I think it was June 18th, right?
Yeah.
That's when Shang Tsung is going to drop. And man,
11th or 18th, one of those.
Man, what an MK9er. My man is coming in with Rain's MK9 moves, Ermax MK9's EX moves, Reptile's MK9 moves. Oh, did you notice his X-Ray was just scenes of MK9 X-Rays?
Yep.
That's his fatal blow.
Yep.
It was the Noob Saibot neck drop, the eye poke from Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero, yeah.
And the
Scorpion.
Spear and Slash from Scorpion. So it's kind of funny how they just reused a lot of assets for that character. And a lot of people are like, man, this is great. But then you have a lot of people making the opposite argument of saying, man, that is so lazy. And the answer to that question is, yeah, you're both right. You're both right on cue with that.
His fireball animation though, why does it look so lazy? Like why does he look like he's throwing the fireball
with
lazily?
no it's not like he's trying to kill you. He's just like, I'm here.
He's like, take it.
Just, I mean, it's funny because like we laughed at that in MK9, but that was also like the first time we got a traditional 2D fighting game out of the Mortal Kombat brand for like 15 years. But now you've been making like one every 4 years, so like we would expect by now you would have upped the animations. And for the most part, MK11 has definitely infinitely improved on the animations, but it's not saying that they're perfect. It's just saying that MKX's animations were that butt. Come on, man. MKX was an ugly animated game.
Yes, it was.
Visually, it was all right, but the animations...
It really shows a lot more now comparing it to MK11 because like we look at characters that got redesigned and stuff and then look at their old like MKX like models where you're just like, oh, this is fine. You look back at it and you're just like, wait, I was fine with that.
No, it couldn't be me. Like anybody right now, just remember when Injustice 3 comes out, I want you to go back. I want you to go Google Injustice Gods Among Us, the first Injustice, and I want you to look at Bane. Just look at that character.
Look at all the characters. That game is a dumpster fire.
Bane specifically. And Raven.
Oh, poor Raven. Yeah, I was mad about that at her reveal trailer. Like, I was like, she doesn't look right.
They basically made her a purple Smurf, but let's not waste time talking about the dead. Because that game is...
It's not going to be Injustice 3. It's going to be, MK versus DC.
Oh, no. And speaking of other big gaming news,
wait, you forgot, the other reveal in the trailer, those DLC characters. Yeah, bam, bam.
Look, man, I didn't see Su Hao on there, so I'm super ecstatic because nobody needs that dude ever in life.
Who the hell cares about Su Hao? He's dead.
You are right, but for some reason, people keep asking Ed Boon, and Ed Boon keeps humoring those people. That's all I'm saying. But aside,
mocap is the strongest in the MK universe.
There you go. There you go. But yeah, the other DLC characters that they have confirmed are, and I quote, Nightwolf, a.k.a. Let's not even play around with it. Like, unless they're going to give this man a complete rebrand, we know you're just going to be doing EX shoulder into EX up axe. That's what you've been doing since MK2? That's all you've ever done with that character. Shoulder into up axe, into jump kick, into up axe. That is your character. You knew what this was when you came here.
Hey, every now and then you'll shoot out some arrows to his zone a little bit.
Nah, this is what they're going to do. His arrow is going to be just in his fatal blow alone.
It's going to be the activation for his fatal blow.
Watch. It's going to happen. His projectile is going to be throwing axes.
I'll be so mad because there's like 2 characters that already do that.
And his meter burn is he's going to throw 2 axes.
They're just going to take the Kano animation and just give it to Nightwolf. You're going to have the same stance when he does it too.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time they've reused assets for multiple characters in the same game. But anyways.
Sindel.
Look, I'm actually excited for Sindel for
That's
one
right.
reason.
The queen is back. I want to see that redesign.
For one reason, though. I'm only excited for one reason. If you go back and played her in MK9, she wasn't in MK9. This is her coming out party. This is her second chance.
Yep.
This is her second win. However, I gotta be honest, I'm not really a fan of like the super Omega retcon that they've pulled with the character. Because if you're talking about the timelines, MK11 storyline takes place before the old timeline even resurrected Sindel.
Are you sure?
Yeah, remember? Because Kung Lao was still alive.
Yeah, the people who came from the other timeline, but like the main timeline they're in is after all that stuff. Wait, so Sindel is dead?
Yes, the Sindel would be dead with Nightwolf.
Okay, well.
So this would have to be the old timeline when Nightwolf was alive.
Chronica controls all time. So
Chronica's dead. Don't you talk to me.
None of this matters because Chronica brought her in the background.
But here's the thing: this one is in love with Shao Kahn. Apparently, according to the leaked bios, this one is like in love, like not mind controlled love, like genuine. Nah, I'm glad to be here, and I am the Empress of Outworld, like embracing the Empress role. And it's like it couldn't be either timelines. Sindel. So this would be like a brand new incarnation, and it's like a super big retcon if it's otherwise.
Well,
I mean, none of this is gonna matter because it's about to get rebooted. But
hey, you know that alternate timeline where Liu Kang is a Yakuza with those tattoos? Maybe Sindel's just from that timeline, and you know.
I mean, like I said, you know, like I'm just talking about from the story perspective. Doesn't make any sense, but now that you've involved time travel, I guess it doesn't have to. I guess
alternate timelines.
That's your MacGuffin, right there.
Nobody's really gone.
Nobody ever really dies. Oh my god! God damn it, Palpatine! Why are you back? Another gaming. Oh wait, no, we actually didn't talk about the other two. So, Spawn.
Yep.
You know, the character that everyone has been saying is going to be coming to an NRS game since Injustice 1? And they're like, nah, man, it's definitely going to happen in MKX. Nah, it's definitely going to happen in Injustice 2.
This is the perfect game for him to come into now.
And now he's here and apparently going to be voiced by Keith David, so super stoked for that.
Did Keith David voice him in the cartoon?
HBO. The HBO show.
That was Keith David?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's all I need to know. Yeah. That man just stays raking up the dough. Like
it's always sad. Like sometimes when you see like non-Keith David level voice actors, but like regular like voice actors that work hard and are talented, you see what they actually make. It's like, man, I see why y'all be charging people $500 to get interviews and pictures over you go to these cons.
Yeah,
because y'all do not get the bag. They do not secure the ducats. They are not racking up dinero like you think they would. Mm-hmm. They're not Will Smith. They're not getting paid to do live action jobs
or have a musical.
Yeah, that's true. They don't do none of that. These people, some of these people, like, yeah, man, I voiced an entire anime. How much you got? I got $8,000 for the whole anime. The whole thing? Yeah, 2 seasons. Yeah, I got $4,000 a season. Nah, cut it off. Just cut the whole thing off. And, like, don't even get me started on, like, the entry-level people who are, like, their first gig was doing a protagonist. Like, them year 1 contracts are not kind. Not kind at all. And speaking of contracts that are not kind, your boy Young Tfue versus Faze Clan. Boy, that's kind of wild because Faze is kind of like one of the huge cornerstones of esports in general.
Yep.
Like, a lot of people, when they think esports, it's Team Solo Mid, Faze, and Optic. And usually Faze and Optic are the two that are at the top. Team Solo Mid just comes around every now and then to hang out in the conversation. But overall, a lot of people who, especially if you've been following the Call of Duty scene, it's Faze and Optic all day and every day. Same thing with various other first-person shooters. This is just something that, I mean, if you've been around following esports, even in its infancy, you just know who these two teams are.
Yep.
And Tfue has alleged that Faze has pushed him to do dangerous stunts without his consent, They've been out here telling him that, oh yeah, it's fine. You can get loaded up and drink at these underage drinking parties. You can, we're just going to take all your money. We're going to take 80% of your winnings. And all of this stuff right now so far is alleged. FaZe has claimed that all these accusations are not true. They're all a fabrication of the truth. They're wrong, blah, blah, blah. They say at best, total, they've only taken $60,000 out of his pocket out of the millions he's earned.
Only $60,000.
Here's the thing about the $60,000. They said the $60,000 only came from 2 endorsement deals. 2, in which they only took 20%. So each one was about roughly $30,000 was 20%. So he walked away with $150,000 for $180,000 total. So he walked away with $120,000. They walked away with $60,000.
So here's the thing about that, though.
Excuse me, my bad. I did the wrong math. He walked away with $300,000. They walked away with $60,000.
Right. So like his thing is that his contract apparently stated that he wasn't allowed to go to another company if they reached out to him, and so he was getting offers, and so he missed out on apparently millions of dollars because of that stipulation that said he can't leave the team to go to somebody else. And so he's also suing for that.
That specific verbiage, if that's what it comes down to, you signed a contract, which means you have an obligation to fulfill that contract, and you can re-sign when that contract runs out. Like, come on, man. The 49ers ain't gonna walk up to Tom Brady. Hey, bro, we got the money. Go ahead and leave the Pats. Because your boy over there at the Patriots, they gonna be like, nah, he's under contract. Nah, what are you doing? What are you doing right now? It's a contract for a reason. A lot of these people in esports don't read their contract. I'm not saying Tfue's one of them, but if it's in your contract and there's a duration, you usually have to serve the duration unless you first negotiate with that person and they're okay with letting you go. That's how contracts work.
Yeah.
However, if they got him out here underage drinking and getting them loaded up, they validated a lot of different things.
Yeah.
And there was an interview where I think it was Banks, the person who owns FaZe Gaming, came out and said that, the only reason why he met his girlfriend is because he was at one of our house parties. And another thing he brought up was, one of his main homies, the dude that like the 1-2 punch, he didn't even want to play with him at first. He thought he was complete garbage, but I told him to get together and look where they are now. I made their careers. And then he brought up the fact that, like, how could we pressure him into doing stuff when he was jumping off of buildings already? And I was like, man, and like he was just letting it rip. So the Tfue interview I still have to listen to, but all in all, the lawsuit is pretty much public at this point.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting in terms of like what's going on. Like nobody knows who to believe, but like 95% of people signing with Tfue. But like, first off, if you look at a contract and it says 80-20 and then 80% is going to the other, come on now. Read your contracts. There are various people in esports who have signed contracts that state just that. I'm not saying Tfue's one of them. Like I said, I don't know. There's not enough information for me to go on for that right now. But I do know people who personally have signed some esports contracts where they do all the work, they do all the training, they do all the grinding, they go out there, compete, get top aid, do really well, have a nice time, but then like that $10,000 that they were supposed to win becomes $1,500 and some change, and the sponsor gets the rest of it. Which is kind of butt. Not to mention, not too long ago, you heard about the H1Z1 sweatshop.
Oh,
we talked about a couple episodes on the podcast, so that is a whole different can of worms.
Well, apparently his winnings from tournaments were his. Like, the only money that they took a percentage of was money from like endorsements or like events or things outside of tournament winnings. So like tournament winnings are supposed to be his.
Because FaZe says they never took any of his Twitch subscriber or donation money and all that type of stuff. So, like, we're going to find out because I'm sure if FaZe has the records, unedited raw records, by the way, it's going to show somebody's lying. Whether it's Tfue, whether it's FaZe, if you could get those raws, this should not be a hard case to crack.
Right.
Because you can see where the money's coming from. So, that being said, it seems like older relationships are getting torn apart, but man, I'd rather be torn apart from my sponsor than my family. And that's what's going on with KSI and Dej. And boy, that is like when I was like in high school, I used to watch KSI. And then I was just like, man, these videos are getting real samey. He's just a dude that goes out here and pretends like he's afraid of video games and falls out of his chair. Like the first couple are like, ha ha ha, interesting. But he never mixed it up. It was the same formula.
Didn't he also make a video where he was playing FIFA with Big Shaq?
Oh, so he's a big FIFA head, and he's like got a crew of people, and they like play FIFA and various other games and do dumb stuff. That's a whole different can of worms. And one of the most recent things I saw was that video because Big Shaq, yes, the thing goes that guy, and him were playing a FIFA, and then he made Big Shaq rage quit. It was basically a skit, like it wasn't. Like
that was a skit.
Video.
I mean, like it was an old video, but like it was a skit.
So like that was like the last thing that I kept tabs on, and then like I hear like it's like a blood feud over there. I'm like what? And then like when I went to go look at it, apparently Deji or AKA Comedy Shorts Gamer, who was his brother, was saying, I may have thought about killing myself or self-harm because KSI is a terrible human being. He's trash. He does X, Y, Z, this, that, and the third. He's an awful human being. He's a scumbag. I'm ashamed to call him my brother. Just going on the whole nine and manipulating his fans to that, let's be honest, he only got because he had a brother. But manipulating his fans to think that his brother is trash and that he hates them and telling them that, like, you guys should go after him and he should be banned and, like, all this other stuff. And apparently trying to, like, remove KSI from, the entire family unit, which is a wild thing. That's a huge thing to go do. And then made videos garnering sympathy, saying if you guys care at all, you should make sure you support these suicide hotlines and all this other stuff. And, having the real sappy and sad music in the background, that type of stuff. And then KSI just came out with a video, I think either 2 days ago or something like that, where he's just like, so I have the receipts, and he's lying. And during the video, he was posting the receipts of, he's like, bro, I can't even, like, KSI feels like he can't even have, like, a significant other come to the house, because he feels like Deji would then do something that would, like, expose her and put her out on blast of the world, and, like...
Why doesn't he just move out? I mean, he makes
has
money.
Moved out. He has. But he's like, just to meet the folks. Just invite the folks over to your house. Don't invite Dej.
Yeah.
That would be like my main. That would be my main concern. But Dej also lives with his parents.
See, this sound real like Jussie Smollett-ish over here, man. Like these brothers are having a feud with each other now. Yeah, that's right. My brother, he oh my god, he's so terrible, guys. I mean, that's
what I thought at first, but at the same time, I'm just kind of like, given the position that they're in, that would just be really dumb. It would literally just be really dumb. Now, granted, Jussie Smollett, the position he was, that was very dumb.
Yep.
But in this case, this one wouldn't even make sense. Like, you don't need a bigger contract. You have the max. You have the max contract.
Yeah, but they could get more.
No, they have the max. I don't think you understand.
They could get more viewers. They could get more, clout. They could get more people.
This is EX. Throw it all away if it's.
Nah. This is how you gain that publicity. This is how you stay relevant right there. Yeah, me and my brother, we feuding. Why don't y'all just throw hands? Nah, man, we got look, man. I'm not that kind of guy. Because
here's like, all of it seemed kind of legit until I saw that video where he had the receipts and all this other stuff. Because he starts the video off by saying, "Look, I don't even think a video like this should even be monetized."
Isn't that what they all say?
But I'm gonna monetize this one because this is the end. And as soon as I heard that, I was like, first of all, even if I want to believe you, and I want to give you the benefit of the doubt, KSI. When you start your video off about the monetization, kind of can't really believe you too much. It's like, nose, guys. Nose.
Yeah, why is that important right now if you're talking about your serious
being
drama
ripped
with
from
your brother?
Family.
Yeah, like
feeling, in his words, I feel like an outcast with my own family. So, it is what it is. It is what it be. It's an interesting situation, to say the least. But back to the video games. Man, what about that Samurai Showdown beta? 8 frames. Input delay.
Yeah, 8 frames of input lag, but it's a Japanese-only demo that people, of course, got their hands on because you can make a Japanese account, etc., etc.
But it's weird because this game's supposed to come out in, like, July.
Yeah.
So I can't really even say it's a super pre-alpha build, but at the same time, we said the same thing about MK11.
Yeah.
And we found out that MK11 beta don't play nothing like the official release. So
that's because they changed that. They used that beta to be like, oh, what are they doing? What are they doing? Oh, we're going to patch that. All right.
yeah, man. You had Ed Boon, Paulo, and all them turning into Joe Button behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And I've been waiting for it. Nah, that we can't have that. That's plus. Nah. We can't give Cabal that. Because before, his fatal blow wasn't even punishable. That guy could just do it. You blocked it. That's cool. I'm a camp. It's going to come back. And then I'm going to do it again. Oh, you blocked it this time? Duh, don't worry. It's coming back. That's one of the worst mechanics I think has ever been put in a Mortal Kombat game. The fact that it recharge, you should get it once per round. If it hits, you lose it. If you miss, you can use it next round, but you can't use it again this round. That's personally just how I feel, but
Yeah. For Samurai Showdown, people are trying to make the argument that since the game's really slow and, it's all footsie based and whatnot, I mean, like, does the 8 frames really matter? Well, when you die from a counter hit, yes. Yes. I'm not trying to fight the game and then also fight bad decisions. Like oh.
8-frame input delay, and it's just like, man, I could have punished that.
I was trying to punish that and he killed me. Oh, man. But yeah, people were saying that maybe it's just going to be like the input delay is just the demo because people who are playing it at like trade shows and whatnot were saying that, usually they have those on like the wrong monitors. They don't have the right settings.
Yeah, they're not like gaming monitors. It's just like they're basically just glorified TVs.
Yeah, it was prevalent, but people just chalk that up to it's just because of the TVs that they're using or whatever. But now that they've played the game at home and they're like, yeah, we've done the test and 8 frames of input lag.
Send help.
I mean, now that the 8 frames are out there, SNK should learn from Capcom to be like,
we got to cut this thing down to at least like 5.
Yeah, we got to cut that down to at least 6.
6 would be fine.
Yeah. 6 is okay, but 5 is the best way to go about that for now at least. Because wow, 8 frames of input lag in a game like that's
death.
Yeah, that's
big death. And the other game that is currently in pre-release right now, Grand Blue Versus, which everyone's saying is either really really good or they're saying, man, this is awful and get it away from me. I've seen more of the former than I have the latter, though.
I mean, yeah, it's a good game. It's a solid game. The people who are saying it's bad are people who don't want to like play something different. I mean, the game itself is good. It's solid.
The art style looks nice. Like, I don't know anything about Grand Blue as a franchise, so
it's a gacha game.
Oh, well, it ain't got me. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, so like people are like, there are really good impressions for the game. But you could also tell there are a lot of money backing up this game. Because Side Games is like pushing it. So, I mean, a lot of people will play this game. Me personally, I'm not. Like, I
wonder if it's getting the push that a lot of these other games get. Like, I don't know if you heard about various streamers like Ninja getting paid $50,000 an hour to play some of these pre-release games for advertising purposes. And I'm like, you paying a gamer $50,000 an hour, but you can't pay the people who made the game nothing more than peanuts? All right.
They don't drive the sales like the gamers do.
All right. That's all I got to say about this. All right. But anyway, back to Grand Blue.
Yeah. Grand Blue has some interesting mechanics to it. Your special moves and EX moves don't use your meter. They have cooldowns. What is it? What else is there? There's like a 1-button DP, but you can also like input a DP for like better advantage or something.
So what you're saying is, you better not get no DMs when you lose talking about something. Hey, man, stop spamming. Bro, it was on cooldown. What do you mean?
Man, people say some dumbass shit. Okay.
You mean combo spammer? That's my favorite. Combo spammer. And it's like, you only did 1 combo. And it's like, bro, I have the footage right here. I did 7 combos to you, bro.
I saw someone today that said that Marvel 3 is nothing but spamming your best button in neutral and then killing someone with 1 combo once you get the hit. And I was like,
welcome to neutral?
I was like, have you never seen...
Have you ever played neutral?
Yeah, have you ever played anything? Like, what are you talking about? Spamming your best button? First off, anybody who's doing any of that gets mopped. Period.
Have you seen neutral?
Have you seen Marvel?
Nah, forget Marvel. Have you seen neutral? At all?
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about on the Prindle stick that's in your car.
Like, some people just stay at home and they're just like, now that I'm on the Discord or I'm on Twitter, I can say what I really feel. That guy right there, he just spams good buttons. Like, how dare he? How dare he hit the good button at the good time when he's playing the game and then hit me with the combo and win?
Sounds like something an O2er would say.
You mean 09er?
No, I mean like they went 0-2 in tournament.
We call those 09ers.
Nah, man, they've been in the game for a decade now, man. They had to grow up from that, bro.
Nah.
You can't be 10 years of scrub, man. That's like 12 years of slave.
You can definitely be 10 years of scrub. Oh, boy.
Man, I'm about to trademark that. I'm about to make that a document. 10 years of scrub. Hold up.
The internet exists.
Hold up.
People will stay at home.
Or should I wait for the year?
Absolutely
or should I
nothing.
wait for the year 2021 and then drop 12 years of scrub?
All right.
Hey, man, it could be the next greatest hit. Speaking of next greatest hit, you'll have to wait because it got delayed. Shenmue 3, November. It's never coming out.
Man, this is a crowdfunding game.
People were saying mid-2018, and I was like, yeah, all right.
Mid-2018. Man, even...
I heard March 2019. All right. Mid-2019. All right. November.
That game's coming out in 2040. So it's going to come out on the day the global warming kills us.
The race is on. Will it be Shenmue 3 or will it be the Final Fantasy 7 remake? You decide.
Oof. Final Fantasy 7 remake is coming before Shenmue 3. I'm calling that. like it's probably going to be like Kingdom Hearts 3 disappointing, but it's coming out before Shenmue 3.
Yeah, so you say all that, but I'm telling you right now, that Final Fantasy 7 remake, y'all getting 3 discs. They're going to spread that across 3 games.
Man, it's episodic.
Oh, I know.
It's going to be 4 discs. Like, what are you talking about right now? It's episodic.
4 discs, man. So you'll get the complete Final Fantasy 7 remake by 2031, 32.
Yeah, sure.
See, yeah, sure. There's no confidence. Vote of no confidence.
You see how long they're taking to give us episode 1, and like from the trailers and stuff that we see, it's like episode 1 is going to be only Midgar.
Well, I guess you got me there.
So it could end up being like a 10-episode thing. We don't know.
It's not a game. It's a service.
Hey, man, games is a service, right? Yeah. Shout outs to Anthem.
Don't talk to me. You know Destiny did it first. Destiny's going to be around for 10 years. 4 years later, Destiny 2.
Yeah.
You lie.
1 year later. All right.
And speaking of being lied to by developers and publishers, E3 is next week.
Yep. E3 is next week. Yeah, finally going to reveal the PlayStation 5, which is rumored to notice when gamers are bad and
It can find cheat detection like no other. And then, I don't know. There's no games that I'm looking forward to specifically. There's only one game that I want to see. There's only one game I want to see, not because I think it's going to be good.
Death Stranding.
I just want to know. The more I see of that game, the more knowledge I feel as though I don't have about it.
Man, this trailer brushed up on a lot of things, but it gave us so much more questions that it was just like, what is this even about at this point?
I told you y'all gonna be mad when it's JoJo's Bizarre Metal Gear Adventure.
Nah, babies, ghosts, the president has cancer, America is over.
This man in one sentence said, the president has cancer, America is over.
I'm not even lying. These are things that are in that trailer. The president has cancer. The nation has been the nation has been destroyed by what people are saying are terrorists.
We are the nation.
There's a theory. There's a theory that because they said that you shouldn't kill people in that game. There's a theory that if you kill someone, they turn into one of those ghosts. And that's terrorists have somehow killed people, and the dead just don't leave anymore. They all just become ghosts. It's like an episode of Supernatural. DLC Sam and Dean Winchester. Let's get him, Dean.
X-Files DLC coming soon. Death Stranding.
That
Never
Supernatural
coming to my-
DLC would actually be fire, you know? Like
Yeah,
Sam
I
and Dean
mean,
pull
you're
up
not
in
wrong.
pull up in that, Impala, they come through. It's like,
Nah, man, that's the last thing we need to see is Jordan Peele and Hideo Kojima sitting on a couch together having a conversation.
all right, you can stop, man. Twilight Zone is a pretty good show.
Us DLC though?
What? Stop.
Yeah, see? You don't want that.
No
you
one
find
wa-
out the ghosts are tethered?
No one cares about that movie. Jeez. We watched it and we were all just like, man, this ain't Get Out. And that was
Well, that's one way to put it. But speaking of other events that are coming down the pipe, this week in Atlantic City, New Jersey, from June 7th to June 9th, Anime Next, where we'll be hosting various tournaments under the UGL banner. By the way, I don't know if you knew this, but the Tekken 7 tournament has been picked up as a dojo event.
That sounds about right.
So, sign up page will be in the video description below. But the games that we're currently running range from Fighting EX Layer, Street Fighter 5, Soul Calibur 6, Mortal Kombat 11, Dragon Ball Fighters, Jump Force. Yes, Jump Force.
Whoa.
Jump Force.
All Might.
Oh my God. He is here. Gundam Versus, Guilty Gear Xrd, Revelator 2, Tekken 7, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Cross Tag Battle. Well, I should say Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. I don't want anybody in the description.
Brew.
I don't want.
Cross Attack about
I don't want anyone in the description or in the comment section going, "Wait, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Cross Tag Battle." That's the last thing we need. And yes, we will even be running Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch. So come on down.
Mario Kart has tech.
There you go. Real tech. The real MK. No, he's not.
All right.
But yeah, join us at the Atlantic City Convention Center on Convention Boulevard in New Jersey. Hopefully we will see you all there. Subtle Fraudulence, take us out.
The internet was a mistake, ladies and gentlemen. That was the Clout.EXE podcast. You will catch us again. You will definitely catch us again very soon. But always remember, communication is important and the internet was a mistake. Meme on, friends.
This man ended it with me, mom friend. All right. So when we're canceled and no longer make episodes after this one.
No, man, YouTube will get canceled before us. The revolution begins now.
All right. So who authorized you to who authorized you to star in what's the word? I don't forgot the name of the movie now. I can't even make the joke. I'm mad.
I don't know where you're going with this.
I'm mad. Yeah. I'm so angry. I forgot the move.
Well.
Oh yeah. I'm just gonna say that it sucks now because I've ruined it. I clearly missed my time.
Okay.
Who gave you authorization to star in Ready Player 2?
If that ever becomes a thing, Steven Spielberg, I'm gonna find his house and I'm gonna be like, sir, why? Like, I know that you want the check, but like, come on, why? Don't do this to the youth. Don't do this to the nation. We don't need Ready Player 2.
Facts. See you next time.